The people who died and lost their homes, this happened to them because they are poor. We are in one of the richest spaces, not just in London, but in the world. Repeated requests were ignored. There is nowhere that rich people live in a building without adequate fire safety. Everyone I spoke to who was out there couldn't hear alarms. There was no sprinkler system.
There was no alarms.
But what's so curious is that £8 million has been spent refurbishing
Yeah,
this
because
place.
it was an eyesore for the rich people that live opposite.
There were
so they
no
put
alarms.
panels, pretty panels on the outside, so the rich people opposite wouldn't have to look at a horrendous block.
If I didn't have this fob, people wouldn't have been able to get out the back of the block. All people were doing was throwing things up and making noise and trying to shout and get people up. But frankly, I don't know, like I don't even think we should have done it, to be honest, John, because what did we wake them for? You know, they just basically, they woke up and they were still trapped in that building and no one could get out.
So desperate were some that they jumped?
Some people jumped, yeah. I saw people jump. I know a lady who threw her kid out, but I didn't witness that myself. But I did see 2 people jump when I was at the back of the block, roughly an hour or so after it started.
This is shocking stuff. I mean, how are you now? I mean, that's a horrible thing to live through.
It's, you just get on with it at the time, really. I mean, all I did at the time was I tried to get people to make noise, then I went back inside, I knocked all of my neighbours' doors, I made as much noise as I could in there. I grabbed my neighbour and a 3.5-year-old kid upstairs, I came downstairs, I grabbed my dogs and I got the hell out.
From the left and from the right and from the above, it just spread so rapidly, and then you couldn't help but notice people frantically banging on the windows. And then at one point during those few minutes, a lady appeared at the window, gesturing, body language, from what she was saying, "I'm about to throw my baby, please catch the baby." And the baby, I think, was wrapped in some sort of bed sheet blanket, and she threw the baby as the baby came down, and this was about approximately from the 9th or 10th floor. A member of the public, a gentleman, ran forward and miraculously grabbed the baby. And like I said, above you, from the left, from the right, mostly kids, it was harrowing, torturing screams for help, young kids. And I could also, where the fire was now spreading, people were reaching out from the front window trying to grasp a bit of fresh air, trying to breathe. They looked like they were struggling. And there were at one point, one window, about 4 or 5 heads all squeezing their heads through. It was honestly like a horror movie unfolding in front of us.
This tragedy was not an accident in any meaningful sense. It was the product of a philosophy that says some lives have value and others do not. A product of a philosophy that says that people that live in social housing apparently should not even be able to sleep safely in their beds. A product of a philosophy of malign neglect. A product of a philosophy that suddenly has a magic money tree whenever it's time to bomb